On to you, Scorpios. I actually did this video, but I don't know how, but for some reason it went from 15 minutes to 43 minutes as I was uploading it. I have no clue how that happened. Anyway, so I'm still gonna go ahead and do it again. So you Scorpios have the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and then you have the Death card. So the Death card represents Scorpio, so you did show up in your own reading. So anyway, interesting, by the way. So the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Death card speaks to you Scorpios have actually broken free from someone basically stressing you out. You know, I'm gonna come into it the same, or slide in the same way that I did on the Sagittarius video. You got someone that was trying to stress you out, and it didn't work whatsoever. They thought that they can run that on you, and fortunately for you Scorpios, it didn't, right? But now the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords, they got to make it seem like you are the actual problem of why the two of you ended up not working out. So don't be if you and them have the same friends, be prepared to have them basically be running around out here telling y'all mutual friends about you, right? Because that's what it is that they do. They use gossip to try to tear down your reputation and stuff like that. They love to use gossip to try to tear down your reputation. So what's happening here with that is you're in a particular situation where they'll use that as a means of bothering you, getting you on your nerves. Even if the two of you don't have mutual friends, what's happening here is that don't be surprised if you may get random text messages or random calls of them telling you how terrible you were, and or emails about how terrible you were, what's going on, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Because for them, they want to essentially get you pressed. They want to get you stressed out. Here's the situation though. That's a bad look on their part, because if people are saying that if people want to be in relationships with you, then essentially why can't they be in a relationship with you? Why is it that they gotta really be in a particular space where they're giving you problems, right? If they're gonna be in a relationship with you, then be in one. Why all the unnecessary problems? And this is why it's stupid, because people claim that they want generational wealth. Generational wealth, money. Okay, well then you can't troll me all day. See, you, and I'm gonna have to start showing and proving you can't do both. You can't. The reason why they can't do both, or no one can do both, is because the amount of time that a person takes to aggravate and to plot and do all this goofy stuff and to get you stressed out, they could have actually been using focusing on what they need to do, which is focusing on their business, whatever their business may be, minding their business, whatever it may be. But no, they don't want to do that. They just want to try to get you upset all day. Well, that didn't work. It backfired. And see, the Temperance, the Three of Wands, and the Fool card is they're surprised at how cool, calm, and collected you Scorpios were, and how you were able to just drop them like a bad habit and walk away. But see, you Scorpios know what you're doing. You know what you need to do. You know that you can't allow people to stress you out. That if they're stressing you out, it's time for you to drop them like a bad habit. Because what's the point? What's the point of you having an enemy that you happen to be laying down with? That's not good, right? And so because of that, you Scorpios understand, like, hey, you're right, it is no good. So you're not taking that, right? And the thing about it is the Three of Pentacles and the King of Swords. These two cards right here is all about how, once again, they didn't think that you Scorpios actually had enough strength to break away from them, right? They didn't think that you would be prepared for this. But Lo and behold, little do they know, you Scorpios are prepared for that. You're very much so prepared for that. You've been studying on your own. You've been over here. So y'all are more than definitely prepared for that. Like, and you're ready for any of the nonsense that they doing, because you know when they come around, they gonna be on nonsense. Them being nice is for them to soften you up. They're essentially going to start showing you that they're up to something. They're plotting. They got something going on. And so because of this, the Three of Pentacles and the King of Swords, you're ready. You are absolutely ready for their antics. When they start their antics, or anyone starts their antics, and they won't stop, you're going to be patient with them, because you're not just going to go ahead and immediately dump them. Oh, you gave me a little bit of problems, I got to leave, right? But once you realize that this is a regular occurrence that they on, then you'll leave them alone. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify don't be surprised if they contact you again, reaching back out. So let's clarify the Temperance. The Judgment, the Six of Swords, the King of Wands, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles. Hold on. Oh, my bad. And then the and then the Eight of Wands. So to clarify the Temperance, so the Judgment and the Six of Swords is like, like they, you Scorpios don't care about like people coming in hot and heavy. You're trying to see how long they'll last. Like, okay, you Scorpios understand that you don't have a problem having someone come in, right? Just want to be in a relationship with you. That's obvious, right? It's if they can play their part, is if they can sustain their position because they're valuable, decent people that you want to keep. There's a lot of fine people out there, but there's a lot of fine people who are out of their mind, who are cuckoo. So just because they fine doesn't mean that they're healthy individuals, right? And so a lot of you Scorpios are aware of this. And so the King of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands is all about how, again, you're a problem. You're a problem because to them, you're a problem with anyone who thinks that they're gonna pull one on you, because that's not gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. Like, they're gonna have a pretty difficult time with you being in a position where they're moving like that, because you Scorpios are gonna know how to move. Like, they'll try, but the only reason why they try is because they have nothing else. They gotta move like that with you. So it's like they're really in a position where they can't win, right? They're so accustomed to being dysfunctional, they can't be transparent and honest and real with you, which would actually get them the relationship. At this point, they're trapped in playing games. That's the bear trap. So it's like they happen to actually be ensnared by. Come here, babe. Which they happen to be ensnared by, right? So the situation is that they will continue to still try to run game on you, even though you Scorpios know it won't work on you. So it's quite a very interesting dynamic, because it's like they'll try it, and then you Scorpios don't call them back. You don't reach out. You don't call them back. You don't reach out. You don't say what's up. You don't do anything. You're not stressed out at all. And then they'll want to try to figure out, like, no phone call, no reaching out, no anything. So then what will happen is don't be surprised if you hear from them where they reach out to you and they try to play the angry role. Oh, son, you mad. You know what I'm saying? You Scorpios offended me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was wilding out because y'all did this. And it's like, but aren't they the person that had that have so much to do? Aren't they the people that got things that they got going on so much? Everything is more important than you. So why can't they essentially go about their own business then? Since you're since you Scorpios are at the bottom of the list, or maybe you're not even on the list at all, go on about their business, right? Why can't they go on about their business and live their life? That's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be, you know me, I'm comfortable. That's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be the problem. So the problem is they gotta make it seem like you bugging. Oh, you bugging. Really? If you Scorpios are the one who's bugging, good. That means that they now have the excuse to not call you back. So then why aren't they leaving you alone? Why are they calling you back? Why are they trying to make it seem like they so upset? Could it be because you Scorpios know the game and you know that all they're trying to do is get your attention and stress you out because they're dysfunctional and there is no real progression in this relationship and you Scorpios figure it out? That's why you're not sweating them. That's why you're not sweating anybody. That's the reason why you'll move forward, right? You know, you know, that's why eventually, you know, some of them you may actually take some time off, but you won't go back anymore. And again, they dislike that for you. They dislike it because why ain't this working? But again, they don't know that you know. And but you Scorpios are just like laughing at them and watching them and just watching it how they're trying so hard to get you upset and to get you triggered and to get you to wild out or to say something or to do something stupid so that they could say, "Ha, I told you you were wild. I told you you were crazy." But you Scorpios are like surfers because it's like you Scorpios are like, if you don't want to be in a relationship, we ain't got to be in one. What you mean, Scorpio? Let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Excuse me, let's clarify the King of Swords. So the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Chariot, the Hierophant, and then you have the Nine of Wands to clarify the King of Swords. These three cards right here for you are ultimately about how... What's up, baby? These are ultimately about how the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Chariot are about how, yeah, it's not working for them. It's not working for them because they'll try to make it, they're trying to make it, like some of you Scorpios may know what I'm talking about because you may be experiencing this right now, where they're trying to make it into like a weird game of like, I'm not talking to you, but I'm gonna text you, right, by mistake, or I'm not talking to you, but I'm gonna text you to tell you how much you offended me, and like you Scorpios are like SMD, like SMD, like what do you mean, like so I don't care if you're offended, like you're not even texting to them, you're not calling, you're literally not doing anything. You're as far as engaging with them at all. They get no engagement. You're just like, if they send it to you through a text about how offended they are, they are to you, you Scorpios would just look at it and just be like, delete the message and then move on with the rest of your day. Just be like, like don't even say anything back. Like a lot of you are doing that now. And see, the Hierophant and the Nine of Wands is all about how, because you know the game. You Scorpios know that there's no real value to be had. You Scorpio, because these people should be ashamed of themselves. Truth be told, you Scorpios be coming in with value, and if they had something going on, they should be offering you real value, not trying to offer you, Scorpio, some nonsense and try to make it seem like this is what's up. This whack. Like this is what they could bring to a relationship? Nonsense. But you Scorpios, y'all are the one with the car. Y'all are the one with the riches. Y'all are the one with the connections. Y'all are the ones that ain't gave up your soul. Y'all ain't joined some sort of Illuminati thing. And you the ones bringing the love, and all they can bring is stress and games to a relationship. And you Scorpios, you understand this. Like, if this is all it is that they bringing, why would you go back? Like, so that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.